Why, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my From the World of John Wick universe movies ranked. So without further ado, let's rank. Alright guys, so as I just mentioned, this is going to be a new ranking video, but it's all not stupid. It's just the John Wick movies, right? John Wick series, the World of John Wick movies, and series, the one series. I think that I specified this in my ballerina review last week. I think From the World of John Wick is a ridiculously long name. Like, yes, if you want to tell people, like, it's from the world of John Wick, but just say, like, it's a John Wick story. I don't know. But let's get things started with, in last place here is the show The Continental. By the way, looking here on Rotten Tomatoes, literally, they have Ballerina, just called Ballerina. And then The Continental is The Continental, From the World of John Wick, limited series. I don't know why they had From the World of John Wick after it, but at Ballerina it's before, but then it's just described as Ballerina. It's so stupid. But The Continental, for me, it stars Mel Gibson and Colin Woodle and other people. Colin Woodle, I believe, is young Winston. And the show setting up young Winston, introducing the show The Continental, there's rumors that they're going to make like other John Wick spin-offs. There's an animated one, which I'd be down for. I love animated stuff. And a Kane spin-off. They got the blind guy from John Wick 4, which I'd be interested in. Or even one about like the High Table or Lawrence Fishburne's character. But I don't know how they do that. This show feels like something that sounded really cool on paper, and then they released three 90-minute episodes for this idea that they had, and I'm watching this going like, it feels cool. It almost feels like what Penguin did better, and it's like this mafia show. But it, furthermore, to just double down on, alright, so you give me 90-minute episodes. I'm like, what am I watching? If I want to be invested in this, you should have promoted this. You should have been like, we're going to have like this weekly episodic event. Instead, you give me 3 things. Like, it was like, here's an episode a day, or I don't even know if it was a week. And I'm just like, I don't care, because of how, like, it's not like the dialogue was off, like, written, like, to be atrocious. But I'm just like, I don't care. I tried to care about young Winston and, young Lance Reddick's character, but bringing the Continental together, by the end of it, it didn't seem like Mel Gibson's character, he seemed threatening, but none of it to me it was missing the magic of John Wick. And there was some cool action, but once, like, when we were into the action, I'm like, cool. So we have cool action, but what's the actual basis of the story here? I was trying to follow along, connecting the dots, putting the puzzle pieces together, and all I got was, cool, so Winston's now running the Continental Hotel. That's all I got there. I didn't get anything else from the story besides Mel Gibson bad, Winston's now running the hotel, and that's about it. And that is not a good selling point for a show. Yes, a lot of the times John Wick is all about action, but if that's all you're selling about your show, I'm going to need more. And that reason it's in the last place here. Moving along, by the way, there's a huge gap between this next one. Ballerina. A huge gap between Continental and the Ballerina. And I have to say, I have glowing reviews coming out of Ballerina. They're like 9 out of 10 stars, 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, and it was an A+ for me coming out. Even though it's lower on this list, there's like a huge gap between them. Coming out of this movie, I get 2 strong points. Number 1 is that I enjoyed this way more than the last Mission Impossible that came out. It's just like, I could talk about that movie. Like, I enjoyed the last Mission Impossible for a little bit, but it wasn't as great as Dead Reckoning. This was Ballerina was just as great as the first 4 John Wick movies. With the music alone, the Tyler Bates soundtrack in this movie made it feel like that vibe, made it feel like that world, and I was pleasantly happy and entertained, and the action was non-stop. And when, like I just mentioned with the Continental, there was action in it, but how they integrated the ballerina story from the world of John Wick, hence the name. But it's like, guys, you took the source material seriously. You know what you're going for. And I even said, like, if you took John Wick out of the movie, I still feel you would know what world you're living in. It's a little bit complicated. Like, I feel like the Continental tries to be, like, what Andor is for Star Wars. And Andor's okay, but, like, it's like Continental, like, lost the magic. Like, you must have music that fits that vibe. And Continental just didn't do any sort of thing, really, to make it feel like that world. Except, hey, you know it's the Continental. But Ballerina has everything you want. Good music, the perfect music, the action, the tone, the tone, the cast, really. Like, cast is fun. You get John Wick in there. So everything about this movie is the perfection a John Wick spinoff should be. And for that reason alone, I love it a lot. So that's what Ballerina sits in at number 5. Number 4, we have the original John Wick. And this one for me, it's a tough list to make. Like, the top 4, the original 4 John Wicks are all great. But I think this one's sitting in the bottom for me, or not the bottom, like the middle here of this list here, the bottom of the 4, is I particularly... It's not that I don't gravitate towards this movie. Let me be explicit here. I gravitate towards action movies. But this is the first of the franchise. It's kicking you right into the gate here. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of action, but I think that as you progress through the series, there's more action to come. And I feel like this is just the basis level, entry level for these movies, right? And yes, it's hardcore, yes, it's rated R, but you're not gonna... as you go throughout the series, you're gonna be like shocked as to what can happen as you progress through. So don't get me wrong, I like this a lot. There's some memorable stuff. I think a lot of people prefer this one because people are scared about the Baba Yaga. Like, I do think it's hilarious when he's like, "You killed John Wick's dog," or like, who was this that you killed John Wick's dog? And he's like, "Oh," just hangs up the phone. He's like, I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. Like, if that's what you did, you killed John Wick's dog, I'm not messing around. Don't get involved, son. Like, you just mess with the Baba Yaga, you're in trouble now. And that's the type of funny comicalness to the movie. It's not like there's jokes every minute, but that's just like the sense of the nature of how the scene plays out. Like, oh, you killed John Wick's dog? No, thank you. No part of it. So yeah, I think this is great. It's great entry level for the franchise that has been brought up as we know it today. But again, 2014, it's been 11 years now. Crazy. But that's where John Wick's sitting at number 4. Next up, John Wick 2. And I'm basically just going in order of Rotten Tomatoes, how they have their Rotten Tomatoes scored. Because I'm not trying to copy Rotten Tomatoes list here. It's what it is here is you have the stakes are just amped up. I'm gonna say that about really. I could just go into my list right now, but oh my god, like there's like it says like the non-stop throwing choreographed action made the predecessor so fun. It does what a sequel should, and that's what all these movies do. But really, like, I'm gonna get into like the points into the next movie. I think this is just a great sequel, and the gung fu does not stop in any of them. I didn't even realize. Well, this is 3 years later, and I just loved it. Like, I remember after watching one, I went to my parents like, "Where's the next one? Like, let's watch the next one." And I watched the next one. I was like, "That was so good. Let's watch the next one." And I just love these movies. After watching the first time, like watching with my parents, like, "Where's the next one? Where's the next one?" Just John Wick, the action is phenomenal from the first one to the second one, and it amps it up. And I can't say enough. Like there's like the pencil scene in this. I think it's the subway scene in this, and the pencil scene is like my favorite scene from this movie. And it's like he just stabs a guy in the neck, stabs a guy in the ear, and it's beyond amazing. I love it. And I think he like stabs a guy in the subway, and then like leaves there. Like if you pull out that artery, like you die. And I'm like, oh my god. So things like that, guy. Like it's just new creative ways to make stuff, and it's a perfect sequel. So that said, it comes in here at number 3, and it's in here at 89. John Wick was at 86. It's at 89, and the next one, moving up, John Wick 3, Parabellum, is also sitting at 89. And what I love about this one, because I think my friend Michael, you've seen him in videos, he doesn't like this movie. I'm going to have to ask him his thoughts. I think he prefers John Wick 2 as his favorite, which is pretty sure what he said. Or maybe he said John Wick 3. I don't remember. I remember he said he didn't like Chapter 4 all that much. But regardless, I like John Wick 3 for better than 2. I was trying to like think about it. And they introduced Halle Berry's character with the dogs, very cool. Very neat character introduction. And then like we get more of the high table. We get the ballerina's introduction. So I think this movie for me really elevated. Like after Ballerina, I was like, okay, I appreciate the world that they're expanding, and it really takes I'm not going to say source material, but it takes the world seriously, and it's like, let's build this out. Like Star Wars has this massive world. Let's take John Wick and let's take the assassins even deeper and deeper. And there's John Wick's price is going up and up. Not just a hitman, but like he has money on him, and it's like you're wondering, okay, how is this going to go up and up and up? It's just crazy. It's just crazy to see the stakes rising higher than ever from the first one to the second one to the third one, and that's what I like about it. The stakes are higher as we go through this series, and I love Dune and I love movies like that, but you feel the stakes rising within this franchise. Even like Fast and the Furious, like, are just kind of like stupid movies. These are kind of stupid as well, but the stakes get higher throughout each one that you watch. So that's what I love about John Wick 3. And now, number 1 holds the cake at 94% is John Wick Chapter 4. And this is my favorite, guys. I want to say before I can talk about this movie that if John Wick 5 happens, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Like, I love this movie so much. It feels like a proper send-off. That I was satisfied in the theater, and I went, I'd love to see more, but what would you do? Like, Ballerina as a spin-off is perfect. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love it. I feel like they should just stick to spin-offs because John Wick 4 felt this like the send-off. Like, his clock was ticking, and this feels like Chad Stahelski's magnum opus, which I heard Sean Chandler say. This is just perfect. Like, we're like spend like the first hour at like the Chinese Continental, and then we have Bill Skarsgård's duel like at the end, or not his duel, but like Kane's duel at the end. Bill Skarsgård's our threat. We have like the Paint It Black song. Like we're in Rome, we're driving around. We have like this top-down view. We have so much going on in this film. It's nuts, and I love it. And speaking of how much we do in the length of this movie, it is 2 hours and 49 minutes. The same exact runtime as oh my gosh, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. And not only that, I love this film more than The Final Reckoning, which is the same amount of time. And well, Dead Reckoning and this came out the same year. Chapter 4 came out the same year. I don't know which I like more of that. But that's gonna be that's a hard sell. But I like Ballerina and this movie, more than The Final Reckoning. It's just crazy to me that I like 2 movies from the John Wick franchise more than Mission Impossible. And I love Mission Impossible. By the way, I said stakes are amped up in this series. I think stakes are ramped up in Mission Impossible, except for the last one was a little flat. But anyway, we're here to talk about this. Chapter 4 just felt like they kept doing, and the stairs, he's falling down the stairs in the end too. Like, there's just so much stuff in this movie. And by the way, the penguin scene. The guy that has like this insane makeup, he's like a mafia boss guy. He looks like the Penguin. He has gold teeth. It's just insane. And everything in this movie, I watched it before going to see Ballerina. I watched John Wick Chapter 3 with the ballerina scene, and then I watched John Wick Chapter 4 before seeing the ballerina. And And I'm like, everything about John Wick Chapter 4 is just like, yes. Even, like I said, it's his magnum opus, Chad Stahelski's magnum opus, and you're watching, like, cinematography, from the camera lighting to, like, from the opacity of, like, the colors and everything, and you're just like, this film is gorgeous. Like, from where we start from the first one, and then, like, second one, it's kind of like black and black. Like, we kind of, like, get different color tones throughout each of them. And I'm just like, I'm eating it up. It's like orange. I love orange. Orange and black, like the vibe. Oh. So, this film, I just rewatched Mad Max Fury Road and Furiosa, and I think Mad Max Fury Road is so good. There's some great action films. I need to do, like, a top 10 action films list. But, my God, this is hardcore. I love this one so much, and I don't know, like I said, can John Wick Chapter 5 top this? I don't think so. I hope that they don't do it. I think that they might do it. I'll go check it out, but this is absolutely number one in the franchise. And like I said, there's a huge gap between Ballerina and Continental, and they just get better and better and better and better. So that said, guys, that's my list. That's my ranking of all the John Wick universe content. Don't forget to leave a like down below if you did enjoy the video. Stay tuned for what I else got coming up this week. I may or may not have already. I think I already put out my How to Train Your Dragon review. Might have done a vlog. I don't know yet. I don't know what I've done yet because I'm seeing it tomorrow. Live action How to Train Your Dragon. Stay tuned, or maybe you've already seen it, but stay tuned for us coming up next. I got there's 28 Years Later coming out. There's Megan 2.0 coming out. There's F1 coming out. Things are coming out. That's great. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Watch stream. Peace out, everyone. Bye.